My mother never told me that. That was a choice. She left that open, but that's what that's the picture that society had painted on women for so long. Now you have women that are actually saying, I don't want to be married. I want to have a career. Maybe I don't want to have children, and that's okay. But why are they deemed alpha females and looked at in a negative way?
From the male perspective.
From the male perspective, is that a intimidation?
I think it depends on the man. My ex, my oldest daughter's mother, definitely an alpha female. Mm-hmm. In personality, in spirit, in energy, like all of those things. Now, I think that had I met her, I was so young, so I didn't know how to handle a woman like that. So I didn't know what to do with that energy. So that played a role in us not working out, because I felt like I needed somebody who was going to more cater to me, especially coming from a house full of women who always just took care of me. So then you put a man in the world like that who's had 4 women, mom, 3 sisters, make sure he was straight at all times, making his plate, bringing it to him. I come from, you know where I'm from. So it was like that. So then I get into the real world, and these women aren't doing that. Mm-hmm. So for me, that was an issue that I didn't know I had until I had it.
Right.
And what I recognized in my mother was an alpha female, but she had to be, because she had all these children, so she had to handle her business. But I also saw that, and it was weird because it's a quality I admired in my mother, but when it came to my own relationship, I didn't like it. Mm-hmm. So I think that part played a role in us not working out, and it made me seek out women who were more, what's the word? I don't know. Maybe docile, just for lack of a better phrase. Passive. Now I didn't go to white girl route, but I needed a more, because you know what they say, white brothers go to white girls. Mm-hmm. They're more passive. I still like my black women now, but I needed somebody. I felt like at the time, I don't need that now, but I felt like at the time that's what I needed.
Okay.
And I think I purposely sought women out that were like my sisters and my mother who catered to me. Where my oldest daughter's mom, it was no catering. Like, we get in where you finna around here. And I ain't like that. So I think for some men that can be intimidating. Mm-hmm. And even more intimidating if you don't have your stuff together. If I'm a half-ass dude who I work here and there and I run up on you or on Shay, I ain't gonna know what to do with y'all. Mm-hmm. I ain't never been around a woman like that. All the women I know are, they work job to job, or they might be getting public assistance. So I'm used to being the man and having these women depend on me. Now, and then you run into a woman who don't need you for those things. Right. You do lose yourself. You don't know what you can, like we said earlier, you don't know what you can bring to her table because it's already set and the food's prepared. Everybody's already eating. So what are you gonna bring? Groceries are bought.
Can I say something? But you know
not
what?
For me, just me. I'm saying in general.
Yeah. And I have to say that, like, we've had this conversation several times. Poet Lost Child, shout out to him. He was on a show a while ago. Well, matter of fact, we actually did the show in the Oasis. And one of the things that he said was, we were talking about women making more money than a man. Mm-hmm. And is that intimidating? Would you date a woman that made more money? And one of the things he said, he was just like, look, at the end of the day, if she's bringing home the groceries, he was like, as a man, I'm still gonna bring them in the house. It was like, basically that was his way of saying, like, I'm comfortable. Yeah. So